kraman ebe gina bonten na obo kro nyina akoko na kro atena wa ne yehu nanso bible akere bible koko.
So imagine in an environment, in a home or in a certain neighborhood, dogs are sounding a certain alarm, but the people there are not, it's like there's a watchman who is sounding an alarm. The word of God says the watchman sounds the alarm, but the people do not heed the alarm and calamity comes. The watchman cannot be held responsible.
To me require the blood from the watchman. And the crime na wo watcher e wo fie no e bo kokko awe hu eya na mepesi e kohwe turkey apart from turkey de na eya o apart from enomano obi san send me video me hwa am say na se kraman de na obokoko.
Can we have the second video show? So there's this interesting second video of a dog in the dead of the night that kept howling. And if you watch the video, the nature in which the dog was howling was queer, was not normal. And this was just before the calamity happened in Turkey. I want us to watch that video. We'll be back shortly. And one ye koshe ne sima bia etwem aboa ni su na oda ne di anaju de sum ansa na oye ni ba besi wo kru Turkey so na benin se yare nku a na sanse eduru enye na menam na kwa sofo Obed obi ade so de man yenwumre se ne ye de bebo ye ho adwa na amani oyeni atoyire nchem amba be faye enimono abra ye ni nan ho so eja ansa na ye kohwe video wo ma yehu se ayemwa titio ne nkraman na nipa bebre nkraman ni nti omo nkraman wo fie ni se nkraman ni nya enwen
ba omo no omo de po ewifo nko
ye re fi se nwen no nkraman ni esase ye ni se nkraman ni ti ni we wo sunsun
na nkraman de so no ye sunsun aboa kraman o no ye sunsun aboa na ni sun ko ayensia nti sun kraman sun yensia nti sun ni nyina won trase.
The man of God mentioned that many people who have dogs as guard dogs as pets at home have them for security purposes, but it is because they want the dogs to catch thieves or intruders or to ward off intruders. But we fail to recognize that dogs are also spiritual and they have a very acute sense of spiritual perception. And with this, you should understand that there are 6 different kinds of sounds, communicative sounds that dogs make, that if you are able to interpret, you will be able to tell what is happening in your environment.
And Tinkofo Bebroka said dogs do what? Or say dogs bark. Now we but barking of a dog, 1 out of 6 different sounds are now one trase. Na san trase no nyina 6 no bark we spiritual warning. Into dog, they bark.
Okay.
Dogs, they howl. Dogs, they groan.
Yes.
They snarl. They also growl.
Yes.
And dogs and kasa no more. Almost so they also whine.
Okay. So dogs whine,
they whine,
roll, they snarl,
they howl,
they howl, and they
then
bark.
They bark.
Okay.
6 things. Na saa 6 different voice sounds ni nyinaa no.
That's what communicates.
Ni nyinaa wɔ ne communication. Na Bible, uko Bible mo oyi baako edisi hɔ. The howling of a dog. Nti unye hunu se dog howle pe ena saa howling no ena kraman ni be gyina akwan nkwantanan a wɔyɛ no turkey na nso turkey fu ehu. The moment a dog begins to howl, it's a sign. A realm of the spirit has been opened to the dog. Into a more koko. Say bibi koso. Ewo sunsum. Into moma mohon na mohoso.
Understand that the howling of a dog.
Krama yon punku.
Dogs don't only bark. The howling of the dog is a pointer to the fact that they are seeing something in the spirit realm which has been opened to them, and so they are drawing your attention to it. That there is a certain impending matter that is emanating from the spirit realm, and so be aware of it.
Enti krama back. Whoa, whoa. 6 sounds ni na me dia and then just any yes also ye fa we ani afa we ye fa we ani afa we any party omo ho ase because ehia pa se enkyerɛkyerɛ na eba no obi ab okay krama na me wo me fie no ni su no say nete nti say krama airport whenever a dog is barking ade all can say this is my territory and I say obom kokko say oho obi aba nti barking is to
mark the territory.
Okay. Now, a person says, "So, being kaya ho ababe kaya
has come
into our territory."
Okay, so when you hear dogs barking, it is number one to mark the territory and to let you know that an intruder has come into the territory that the dog has marked.
Barking.
That is with barking.
Until the moment I'll be want to say, "Krama air barking." Whoa, 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 and you soon asemo.
It is just letting you know that in the natural, somebody has come
territory within that territory. No. Obi a onye familiar with abasa territory no.
Okay.
And again, say kraman whoa. Na owagi ni tail na. Na try say happy to have you back, a member of our territory. Okay. So what you say? Into be hwe ni tail no. Na wo de etie sound na eba no. O huri. Na mom ogina faako no enhuri no sha say so o baaki a na ni tail na nwaage a hunu say
papa how can I can clearly relate with it
enti kramanya yese o huri so jani aba so a enko but say nani gi no o huri all ba no kra no all be wo no o huri no esia no waage ni tail na Madam, for part of our environment, part of my territory, I welcome you.
So when you see the dog wagging its tail, prancing, jumping around in that excited fashion, it should just let you know that it's communicating that you are a familiar person in that environment, so it's welcoming you back into that environment again.
After say, you said the second thing that Kramaya, it whines.
Okay. So the second thing is the whining.
Now whining, you're close to backing.
Okay.
A call for attention that I need something, I want something.
Okay.
Enti ni na me boss sound ni nyina ma yehu. Barking sound, whining sound ni na ebebo. Okay. So enti it actually means to say I need your attention. Carry me along where you are going.
Okay.
Me pese baby alcohol, me no oko. Na mum say on whining and a whining it is barking. But so on whining that's what you say. Let's just say osuro. At that point in time, krama no ehu na ato so. Or po whoa na who meaning ni mu a it is my territory. Or po whoa on wagi ni tail. Na odi ato from no ohwe wanim say boko na emom anwode ni voice no ma. E call for attention, carry me along. I want to be with you. O sufreo. Sana krama isu nisu no et into wo no nko awo mu mienu ye wo backing and you whining now whining it is a backing.
Okay.
Oh, so when the dog barks for attention it is whining. Okay. When it is totally backing it is a claim of territory.
Okay.
So
we should understand that when the dog is whining, the whining is a bit is similar to backing, but with whining you should understand that it is a call for attention. With the whining, the dog is not being vociferous in its bark. the barking is low toned, but it is a certain claim it's a certain call for attention from the dog that take me along, or I want to be around you. However, there is also another dimension to it. When you notice that the dog is barking, but within the barking are pauses where the dog seems to be breathing in hard, panting, then you should know that there is something that is terrifying the dog. The dog has seen something that is putting fear into it. It is also a dimension of the whining that you should take notice of, that the dog is communicating something of fear that it is witnessing to you.
And you want the next one, growling.
Okay.
Growling dog, no, ojina no we put nebo.
So that
into our back you.
So
but this time they are barking and only a growling and only a, if you try it, don't come close.
Okay.
Into no who say nenino we be an enemy say. Na afedi na sono so jina so.
Stands erect.
Nti asono o hwa asono wa hwe ne bo no. No say no. Grandma na ka say don't try it. Oh yeah, make out.
Okay. So now there's next one is the growling. So as the man of God has said, we'll show all the sounds concerning it. The next one is the growling. When the dog is growling, all you notice that it takes an aggressive stance. Its chest is out, its ears are erect, and its eyes are bulging.
Don't try.
And the back sound that comes, it comes with a certain drag effect, and it is to tell you that don't come close. It is a sign to ward you off its territory. That one is not the regular shouts of barking. No.
It's not calling for attention.
It's not a call for attention. You notice that it is barking with a certain drag effect, and its body and everything is in an aggressive mood.
And you was snarling. Snarling, no kramana I say jata. On you sitting in the channel, no or pop out so. And only a snarling, and only a barking, and only a whining, and only a growling. The moment the dog shows you all its teeth, now, on your back cow, on cow back, back cow.
Okay.
So what you say? Into anything and penny was one cow, really say entry, and only a snarling, and only a barking dog.
Okay. So the next one is snarling. With the snarling, the level of aggression has moved up and not higher. Now with this one, you notice that the dog will actually show is barking vociferously, and it's showing its range of canines. Its teeth are actually exposed to you. It should let you know that the dog is ready for an aggressive assault on whoever it is that is confronting.
After the last but one, groaning. Kramani to misu. Ubonso boneni no osu. Nisio eta kramai. Ebiso a say krama wa ya ade mane ye ne ya na odi watem na wa yon ye gu so ade on say eno no hu ye ne hi krama nya hwe wanim no ye sa ade ne chowa no da ne no obu wani chi a o kra ra o re be wo no because ade aye krama no o mpe wasem wa ye na ade ma ne re ho onka onya ohwe but o kasa che o say o mpe wasem.
So the next one is groaning. When the dog is actually groaning, it's a show of it being embittered,
disappointed.
It's disappointed by the action you have taken. And so one clear sign is when the dog gives a certain yawn at you and turns around, or gives you a certain side eye and moves away from you, it should let you know that the dog is displeased.
Usually that follows a whine.
Yes.
A call for attention when feel. And now over.
Okay.
We free me so come on. And you have the yemra howling. Howling in the spiritual aspect here in Wosun. The howling of a dog, a yamamino, a honum a mono, a bemuno.
Okay.
I a be yasen so the number one say necos one as say na air cost. Okay. Say cramai a howlia. First thing, an interdimensional reality that has been opened. That is to say, the spirit realm. Bibi kosu osunsumu. Now he is not seen in the spectrum of the physicality, but it is now seen into the spirit realm. Now howling no, ema krama ni pejane ni eyes a trumpet. Ooh, ooh. At that point in time, no, that is what is referred to as howling. Now the howling effects, no. Emma, the beastly nature within them. On say, kraman kasa efiri sisie mu ene baaye na sisie se ofrefre ni nuanom a saa na ofre wo mo enti kraman nya se oye saa de na ni true nature na eye sisie nature no ena odi hunu sunsun ena odi ya announce na eye niama mienu se wo mantem na kraman haole a first na eso bi sa won se o haole ye no kraman foforo bi asa so agye so ana se kraman foforo anye so kraman foforo agye so a asekere wo kraman foforo anye so a eno so so asekere wo eno na esi take for ante ase.
So you should understand that with the howling of the dog, it is actually showing, it's going into the recesses of his beastly nature. And it is from that it howls. Now, the man of God is pointing out that it's in two kinds. What you should be on the lookout for. When the dog howled, was there a corresponding
call and response
effect? Was there a call and response? Did another dog in the environment also respond to the howling? Then you should know that something is being communicated.
Na se o howle ena kraman foforo gye so a asekere wo ho. O howle ye ena kraman foforo ansan so anye so a eno so so asekere wo ho.
So either ways, whether there was a response or not, there is an interpretation to it.
Se kraman howle tie muntie ne ye. Ahwefo muntie ne ye pa. Because you will need this. Se kraman howle won. Na se ni nua kraman gye so na gye so abefo na etu.
Okay. So you should understand that when howling call and response happens, you should know that it is actually the sign that it is time for witchcraft activity to commence.
It's
a sign that there is the traffic of witchcraft.
Na niente ye call and response ne say abefo otwem ofie bia mu a bebi a o medu no kraman na wo no be howle nti o medu next house na we are howle na we are howle na we are howle.
Okay. So you should understand that in that traffic of witches, in that convoy of witchcraft, because they're moving across houses, every dog in the house that it moves across will howl when that convoy gets there. So if it gets to house A, the dog there will howl. By the time they move to house B, the dog there will howl. So that creates that call and response effect.
Good. Na se kraman ba akupe jina baby. Na ononkwa howlia. It is not witchcraft. And krama wo kromo no mu nyina you know as a trumpeter. Se ommo kromani nyina koko se atorenchem ba besi.
So when you find a single dog howling and no other dog is giving a response, you should understand that he has become the mouthpiece that is communicating to that environment or that neighborhood that there is impending danger or calamity.
Na that moment no atorenchem na eba ne emasi ebetwem ababe gina kuro no so.
You should know that at that point in time when the howling of the dog takes place, it communicates that the tragedy has come. It's in the atmosphere. It is just about to settle on the people. So it's not that tragedy is on its way. No, tragedy is in the atmosphere.
It is about manifesting. Enti me pesi e kokan bibi e wo nwom. Ni ehwe se so tresem akasa howli yi ho asem ana Psalm 59.
Psalm 59.
The verse 14.
Psalm 59 verse 14.
And at evening,
let them return.
Let them return.
Let them howl like a dog.
Let them
howl like a dog.
And then one come back. Yensha same 59 verse 12.
Psalm 59 verse 12. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride.
And
for
cursing and lying which they speak. 13.
Consume them in wrath. Consume them. So that they shall be no more.
So that they shall be no more.
And let them know that God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. Selah.
And at evening.
Let them return.
Let them
howl like a dog and go round about the city.
So, oka abeifo ho asemo. One can say, let them bark like a dog, let them howl like a dog. Into the howling of a dog, no, a year radiaduma next week may be pemre, no machre, and one whom were true, womusunu or mobine. Any queen or mofas womu yo meduma. Any nientia ufio. In Yamwana or the abano, a juma or mobile bedu, if it's a Bible Canada, mebusem. A tidunsi and jitemuna or say, a one nientia on yankopon or ye not yenina. Eradi adie nyina ma abotaye binti enti kraman no orade bo no ma abotaye binti botaye no no namu ne de obaake ba botaye nti anyankopon bo kraman o ma ne bebe nipa no eye to give you indications say be ye kem ana say atoranchem abakrom na we no eye nkyerɛkyerɛ emudo the howling of a dog in the Message Bible and in the Amplified.
So you should understand that we started off by understanding that to every creation of God there is a purpose. And in decoding the purpose, we would see the advantage God has set them to bring to us. And we've seen in the scriptures, and the man of God has expounded on it, that when we see the howling of dogs, we should know that firstly, the howling of dogs, which is a call and a response one, lets you know that there is the movement or there is a convoy of witchcraft in a particular locality or neighborhood. However, when there is the single howling of a dog with no response to it, it should let you know that there is impending danger. It is because the howling of a dog has actually been purposed by God to be an alarm to mankind.
Good.